Hello boaters, welcome to Narrowboat Journeys. My name is Phil, and at the time of recording this, I've lived afloat aboard my narrowboat for nearly 34 years. I share my home with my two cats, Bushka and Midge, and we spend our days travelling around the Canal system and making videos. This video continues where the last one finished, at the water point at Lower Heyford on the Oxford Canal. I'm boating south for about a mile and a half. I'll go through Dashwoods Lock, and then I'll moor up just below the lock. These are all long-term moorings along here. Also, for the next mile, we're very close to the railway, which is over on the right. It can be pretty noisy here, and when a big freight train goes by, the whole boat will shake. This is the end of the long-term moorings, and there's room for about 3 boats to moor up here before the bridge. Don't moor too close to the bridge, mind though, because they do come steaming through there sometimes. So now you know what I mean about the train noise. The moorings are not so good after Bridge 207. On the left we have a winding hole, and it is possible to moor up along this stretch. It's a lovely place in the summer, but beware the mosquitoes. They will eat you alive. In the last video I mentioned the poor internet signal around here. Well, this place is no exception. It's still pretty awful, and when it does improve a bit, it's still desperately slow. In fact, if you use the 3 network, you won't get fast internet until you get into Kidlington and moor up sort of near Kidlington Green Lock. It's pretty good there. Eventually this long straight bit will end, and there's a sharp bend coming up, turning to the left, and you very often get boats speeding around this corner, so you do have to be careful. In fact, if you look closely, there is an oncoming boat, and it looks like they're going to crash into the bank. I don't know what happened there. And of course, all the overhanging vegetation doesn't make things any easier. This bit could use some serious trimming back. Up ahead is Dashwoods Lock, and just above the lock here there's room for a couple of boats to moor up, without getting in the way of the lock landing, although at times this does get very busy. There's a boat coming through, so I've got to wait for them.
It's only my second day doing this. I'm still learning.
I was just trying to decide where to stop, either there or below the lock.
They did forget to wind the paddle down, but don't worry, that's okay, I'll sort that out. There's a little bit of mooring available here just beyond the lock landing as well. But I like to go on just a little bit farther. I think here will do. I'll cut the engine and just drift into the mooring spot. If you've enjoyed watching this video, I'd be very grateful if you'd consider sponsoring me either on Patreon or by a PayPal donation. Unfortunately, the cost of living crisis is starting to bite very hard. Anyway, no worries if you can't. The cats like it here. You'll see them in a moment. Hope you've enjoyed this little video. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.